What's up YouTube? My name's Tommy and welcome to my home, and today we're talking about guitar delays using the Fab Filter Timeless 2. Let's check it out. So today I'm playing through an American Fender Strat limited edition 60th anniversary with Fat 50 pickups, and I'm going into the Kemper amp profiler, and I'm using the Amp Factory Victory 100 profile, and I love the Amp Factory. Please go check them out. Everything that he does is just phenomenal, and I just love his products, so check that out. I guess so the big thing with delays in guitar is you don't want to muddy the mix in terms of the delays overpowering what you're actually playing, and that can be fixed by certain things called ducking or side chaining. And side chaining basically and ducking, basically what that means is when a signal is played, for instance, like when you strum on the guitar, if there was a delay behind it, what you could do to make the mix not so muddy is you could actually take the signal from the actual incoming signal, which was your guitar playing, and then all the delays you can kind of duck or lower the volume, sidechain the volume to every time that you hit a note. That note will be prominent and the delays will be kind of ducked in volume, and as soon as you stop playing, the delays will become more prominent in the mix. And that's great because it really cleans up your tone. And so let's check out how to do that. So first off, I'm just going to go in here, and you have your left and your right delay channels. And for this example, we're just going to lock this, and everything that we do to the left channel will affect the right channel as well. And we're just going to do a quarter note delay, just a simple quarter note delay, and we're going to raise up the feedback of that. And we're going to, as you can see right here, I locked in the quarter notes on the left and the right channel. You have to do it on both. And see how you have a nice, just a quarter note delay. You see how that's starting to get a little bit muddy, or the delays are really kind of getting in the way of the notes that I'm trying to play, where really I just want the delays to really add some atmosphere. So what we can do is we can create an envelope generator by going to add source and new envelope generator. Now this is basically the same concept as if you were to create a side chain, if you were to put your delay on a completely different return track or something like that, and then basically you added a sidechain compressor and you did things like that. If you want to know more about sidechain compression, leave me a comment and I'll do a video on that and kind of explain that a little bit more. But I am kind of explaining what sidechain compression is in this episode. So what we're going to do is, now if we look here on the screen, we're going to take this modulation and we're going to link it to the wet and dry knob. And then we're going to invert it, so every time we play a note, the signal is ducked. And so then we're going to lower the threshold down. So there's a bunch of different controls on here, and I guess the big thing that we should worry about is, well, I'll show you the extreme. So if you take the sustain all the way up, so every time I play, listen to that, like you hear basically a clean signal, and then as soon as I stop, then all of a sudden you hear all the delays. So check that out. So see, when I stopped playing, all of a sudden all of the delays became prominent. Now that's wonderful and great if that's the effect that you're going for. But we want something that's going to give us a little bit more ambience. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower the sustain down of the envelope generator, or the sidechain compression, or the ducking that's taking place. So we want the prominent attack of our playing to be shown through, and then kind of a bleeding through of the additional delay notes to kind of fill the atmosphere. So let's check out that. If we lower that down just a little bit, lower the sustain down just a little bit, see how that it sounds. So I really like how it doesn't make it so muddy, but when I really play some attack on the notes, everything gets out of the way. In terms of the delays kind of get down in volume, almost like if you were swimming and you had two friends and you kind of dunked their heads underwater, and so you could lift your head up and everybody could see you on the beach, and then as soon as you let their heads back up, you could see all three of them. So that's basically, if you were to think of a mental picture, that's kind of a weird picture, but dunk your friends in the ocean and then let them come back up. But that's basically what you're doing, is you're kind of attacking and pushing the delays down with your notes that you're playing. And then as soon as you pull back from attacking, then all of a sudden the delays can fill into the mix. Pretty cool. So let's add a little bit more ambience. So for the delays that happen within the timeless, what you can also do, so that's basically the delay is just tapering off in volume, but also you can, with timeless 2, you can add filters and almost create like an analog effect. So let's bring the filter in just a little bit so that it takes a lot of the high end out of the delay sound. I'll give you an extreme example. If we take it all the way down, you hear that? You hear how it just sounds real muffled? Now that's basically kind of even more so making your guitar prominent, but the delays kind of fill in the atmosphere. So let's pull that back just a little bit. As we push the threshold down, the further down we go, it's the more of the effect is taking place, which means like the less signal that you would have to hit in terms of volume. So you could play at a really low volume and it would still do the same effect versus if you had the threshold all the way up like this. See how the delays become a little bit more prominent? So you kind of want that threshold down, and it's really up to your ears. So also another great way to add some stereo effect to your delays. So we've got that quarter note. Say we just want to kind of make it a little bit more stereo-esque. You can kind of offset it, as you see that I kind of took the right delay and I kind of offset it from 1. So check out how it sounds now. about the Fab Filter offset to the left and to the right is it adds a stereo width, and that's great because it's basically doing the same thing as if you record a guitar track twice. You're playing the same part, but then you pan it left and right, and it creates a bigger sound. And you're wondering why it becomes a bigger sound is because those two parts are off just slightly, and that's basically what we're doing with these delays to kind of give it that stereo effect. Is you're offsetting the timing of when the delays take place, and therefore they sound more, there's more width to them in terms of how you're listening. Thanks for tuning in today, and I hope you've enjoyed learning about the Fab Filter delay and how to use it on your guitar tracks. And what I love about a delay plugin instead of using a stomp box delay is the fact that if you were to change something in your recording, you still have that dry signal, and you can go back and change the feedback or the timing of your delays, and then also reverbs. I'll do another thing on reverbs, using reverbs with guitars, plugins within your DAW. But I love that. I love being able to, the flexibility of not having to go back. If you've nailed a part once, then you don't have to go back and nail it twice, which is, it just speeds up the process of everything. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Tommy. I'll catch you later.